We have a
Right,
beautiful.
Yeah, we'll ask Keshav Prabhu to
Ah.
lead.
Oh, wow. I eat it. Somebody can. Okay. Keshav, we had gone to that.
How was the program, Prabhu? Good.
Where? Which one?
All was
All was nice, but when you come, it becomes kirtan. When we do, it becomes bhajan. They were happy. You saw the video? I just posted the
yes,
video.
Prabhu. Yeah.
But when you come, it is wonderful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Keshav is around.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Chalo, somebody start kirtan.
Yeah, Keshav Prabhu, please.
They both are fighting. He's telling you do, he telling you do. We decide who should do.
No, 1 second. I have to go now, bro. 1 second, bro.
Chalo, Manoj.
Pallavi wants to join.
Prabhuji, I think Keshav Prabhu is coming back.
Yeah.
He is just gone to pick something.
Maybe it's Kartar.
Yeah.
Yes, Preeti, how is the health now, Anirudh?
Today is the first day.
I'll
He has no fever.
How?
First day. He has pneumonia. He was playing in the snow for 6 hours. He got sick.
How's
I'll
pneumonia?
join, Prabhu.
Huh, Keshav?
I'll join in a few minutes, Prabhu.
Take it. Manoj, start.
Okay,
How did it
Prabhuji.
happen, Preeti? Pneumonia is what? Cold, severe?
Infection in his lung, Prabhu. He has. I think he got it from some of his friends maybe, and then they were playing out. The clothes were wet, and it's like below 0-degree temperature. So he got infection. After a couple of days, he has been having fever since Christmas Day. Today is the first day there is no fever. So many days. You can start Kirtan, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Okay. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashata Satarine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadesatarine.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I think Prabhu Manoj Prabhu's hand.
Chalo, we start now. She is on Samadhi now. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, who went out? Chalo.
Oh no, Manoj Prabhu. That is.
ठीक है.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Problem
Kajal
with me.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Preeti, she is one more devotee from Mangalore.
Hare Krishna, Kajal Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
And
Mataji.
there is our Keshava, who will come and join us, Manoj and me. And Rashmi Mataji has come. You know that our chanting machine? Huh? Okay, hey, ask her
Yes,
how much she has chanted. Huh? She's just taking pictures. Okay. We have where we are, Manoj and Bhagavad Gita. Kajal Mataji, we will be for 45 minutes. We will finish by 10 o'clock. Okay? You have that much time?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
The voice is clear? Yeah. Preeti, my voice is clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, it's audible now.
Hare Krishna, Rashmi Mataji.
You say Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
I can say just like this.
No. You have to say.
Where? This is for the ears. Hare Krishna, Preeti.
Hare Krishna, Rashmi Mataji. How are you?
I'm fine. You recognize me?
I do recognize.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. That's your
Yeah.
daughter?
That's my daughter. See, can you see her? Yeah. She's big. Then how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
So how
Prabhuti.
many rounds? How many rounds did you chant?
Today I think I don't know. I think I must have made 64 because today we had a little bit of driving. So driving I have not counted. But now it's holidays, so it's easy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And your daughter chants too?
Yeah, she chants, but I don't think much. She's chanting around. I don't know how much did you do today.
26.
But usually 8. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. That's very nice.
So you have your classes at home itself?
Yeah, I mean, with Prabhu, yes. But then we go to temple. The temple is very far. It's like 1.5 hours. And Boston. So I don't want to, I don't like driving to Boston.
Okay. But in your house itself, in your house you have every Sunday?
With the people around here, not every Sunday.
Okay.
Like once in 2 weeks,
Okay.
but not every Sunday.
You know, I remember you gave me the Krishna book, and
Yes,
I said I don't
I
want it.
remember.
And I said I don't want it. I don't want it. And because of that, I read that. No,
Oh,
and you
I
said tell stories to your daughter, and that's why I took it.
I told
Yeah.
you that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I remember. I think
Yeah.
that was the first time we met.
Yeah. But everyone, thank you so much for everything. And I keep remembering you because I've seen you, so, you know, and I remember the energy with which you, you know, a lot of energy and enthusiasm that you had. It was so nice to see that.
Oh no, Prabhu is like very, you're setting example of that temple over there. He calls you chanting machine.
No, but you know what? Now I really want to, because you know I've got a lot of free time by Krishna's mercy. So I think I should, you know, do better chanting and read. My eyes is going bad. You know, I have got glasses now, so this was a wake up call for me. I was thinking, before I go blind, let me read Bhagavatam.
Very nice.
Yeah. Huh?
You should
So,
start
Prabhu-
classes for children.
Huh?
You should start classes for chanting like with the children
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
there. Maybe, you know, you're chanting so much, children will take up.
No, but Prabhu's classes come on TV. I think that's very inspiring for everyone. You know, we all watch it every day at 6:30, 6:30 to 6:40, 10 to 7 for 20 minutes. Like the whole house. I think if anyone just watches that class, they'll just go mad. So nice.
Yeah. He used to take classes when I was in hostel too. I remember.
Yeah. So I'll give it to Prabhu now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You're so grown up. You're so little. I'm Preeti. I've seen you maybe like 4 years old or something. Maybe you should tell your mom to take classes for your friends so that you all can start chanting. Come. Come. My son is listening. Come. Nana.
But then they were in class. He said, Krishna's thinking of you 24 hours.
You're chanting how many rounds?
Holidays I make 16, otherwise it's 8.
Every day, even in play school?
Yeah, I manage 8 rounds only.
Oh, very nice. What grade are you in now? What class?
10th.
That's a boarding class, right?
Yeah.
Because thank you for doing it. Very nice.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
You should come to my son. You should chant. Come here. He's running away.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
You just say Hare Krishna and you come. They're all there. Preeti is there, Amma. And Keshav Prabhu is also there. But then it's coming in. Hare Krishna. Say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
You're Rashmi Mataji's mother?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
many rounds she chanted? Ask her.
How many rounds you chanted today?
Today is very less.
How many?
It is only 60.
60 rounds. That's not less. Thank you so much for doing it.
No, that is not this thing, good chanting, just for the heck of it, I think.
How many rounds do you chant every day?
I try to chant slightly more, but sometimes it doesn't.
So more means how many?
That is just like that.
Like 64, 100, Prabhu says.
No, just little bit, slightly more.
You're so humble. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
No, this is it. You are not taking it. No.
gonna got, no, now everything. Now you got, you have got, but now is giving from yes.
Manoj Prabhu, we can continue with the gita. That's so nice.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So I wanted you all to get inspired.
Yes.
She said today is very bad, only 60. My God.
Okay.
Yes, Kajal Mataji. Yes, we have a new visitor. So, tell me which is the shloka we are in, Manoj? 18?
I think probably 61.
61. Okay, here we are. Yes, we finished the 61. Oh. Ishara, Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Namo
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Correct. Everybody can see the screen.
Yes.
Yes, Kachal Mataji, can you see?
Yes, I can see. I can see.
You can. I'll read the translation. You can read the purport.
Okay.
Okay. Ishara sarvabhutanam hidadesh arjuna tishtari brahmayam sarvabhutani yantra rudani maya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart of Arjuna and is directing the wanderings of all living entities. Was seated as on a machine made of the metal energy. Yes, your turn. Yes, who will read? Kajal Mataji, you ready?
Yes, yes, I'll read. Translation, right? Okay. Arjuna was not the supreme no, and his decision to fight or not to fight was confined to his limited strengths. Lord Krishna instructed that the individual is not in all the supreme personality of God ahead or he himself. Krishna, the localized super soul, sits in the heart of I can see that directing the a living being. After changing bodies, the living entity forgets his past deeds, but the Supreme Soul, as the knower of the past, present, and future, remains the witness of all his activities. Therefore, all the activities of the living entities are directed by the Supreme Soul. The living entity gets what he deserves and is carried by the material body, which is created in the material energy under the direction of the Supreme Soul. As soon as the living entity is placed in a particular type of body, he has to work under the spell of the bodily situation. A person seated in a higher speed motor car goes faster than the one seated in a slower car. Though the living entity, the driver, may be the same. Similarly, by the order of the Supreme Soul, material nature fashions a particular type of body to a particular type of living entity to work accordingly to the past desires. The living entity is not independent. One should not think himself independent of the Supreme Personality of God ahead. The individual is always under his control. Therefore, his duty is to surrender, and that is the injection of the next verse.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mataji. Arjuna was not. So we are very limited in our understanding, and therefore what happens? The fight or not fight, our discretion is very, very limited. We think something big, but actually the fact is that a very limited field of perception. And within the limited field that we have, our decision making will not be perfect. That's why the 4 defects of the conditioned soul does not allow him to know the whole situation. Arjuna did not know the complete plan of the Lord. Arjuna was worried what will happen to the people if the war happens. But Krishna's plan, he was not aware. Krishna had considered everything. Correct? Arjuna was very worried. Just like many times we ask people to chant Hare Krishna. And they say, no, it's very difficult. Now I'm doing this, now I'm doing this. Somebody I told, come join. No, I'm in Bombay, I'm in internship. Are Baba, don't worry, nothing will happen. You discuss Gita sometimes, chant Hare Krishna every day. But Krishna is already considered that. Prabhupada has already considered that. If you chant and discuss Krishna consciousness, read Bhagavad Gita, nothing is going to suffer. It has already been considered. You understand? Same way, already Krishna has considered that what is going to happen. Whoever dies in the battle goes to Vaikuntha because they will be killed by on Krishna's order. And then whoever survives, all the people in the city, they will be ruled by Yudhishthira Maharaj, who will create Vaikuntha on earth. So therefore, what we can understand is that already Krishna has planned everything. And unnecessarily, Arjuna was worked up. So not all of us know the complete plan of the Lord. The Jiva doesn't have the capacity. Okay, and then anyway, we don't know past life. Paramatma knows everything. He arranges our activities. They are directed. Okay, we get what we deserve. We get a machine to fulfill our desire. That's a material body. And the different machines we are getting. Somebody get a high-speed motor car. Somebody get a slower car. Different vehicles we are getting based on previous activities. The Prabhupada is again and again saying living entity is not independent in any way. Okay? But we may have some limitation because of our purva karma. We are sitting in different bodies. Somebody is thin, somebody is thick, somebody is, a different situation we are all in. But spiritually, we are all equally entitled to become a pure devotee. There is no limitation. Okay, so we should all happily embrace Krishna consciousness. Things, if you want to, it will be limited. It may not be because we are conditioned. The living entity is not independent, that he can take up to Krishna consciousness easily. Okay? So Prabhupada again and again reminding living entity is not independent. One should not think himself independent like that. So always, therefore, his duty is to surrender. That is the intention of the next verse. Yes, chalo, start analysis. Yes, Preeti, Keshava, Manoj, Kajal, all of you, start. Because I am having some people who want to join.
Oh. Prabhu, this line,
Huh?
therefore all the activities of living entities are directed by this super soul. The living entity gets what he deserves and is carried by the material body, which is created in the material energy under the direction of the super soul. So there is a very nice discussion we had why bad things happen to good people. And in that discussion, this line had come up that a living entity gets what he deserves based on the past activities.
See what happens. Suppose you get a lottery today. You always say God is so merciful. But you go out and sit in a clinic and your patient gives you a tight slap. And you don't say, Krishna, you are so merciful. We only see one side. So actually, if we are having proper vision, then it will not happen. Correct? Chalo, continue, Preeti, some call. Hare Krishna.
I think Keshav Prabhu's computer is hanged.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, you're not hanged, Prabhu. You should tell us.
I was listening.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, what happened, Keshava? You wanted to say something? What do you say that a living entity under the direction of the super soul? She was talking about why bad things happen to good people. Yeah, there was one thing, very nice answer some devotee gave. He said good is very relative term actually. can't really define in the material world who is good, because whom you can say is good in this world. You cannot find such a man. Everybody has something, what they say, under the carpet. Some sin he has done here and there. Always he is being harassed by some sinful activity. You cannot say good. Good is a
And
very
the
relative. Huh?
Prabhu who took this class for us, Advaita Chandra Das,
Okay.
he said that we can look at our this life. It's like a movie reel.
Yes.
Krishna can look at our life from the beginning.
Correct.
We are looking at one clip and we are trying to draw conclusions based on that one clip. But if Krishna has the full view, and then he gave example of Dhritarashtra asked Krishna that Krishna, I was born blind. I had 100 sons. All of them died. Why?
Yeah.
And Krishna gives answer. So Krishna was able to look at everything. I found that very inspiring, actually.
Yeah, there is one example. Remember, there was a Shivaram Swami class, God Ka debate. Remember? We had put it on. Keshav, had you seen it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, the answer he gave, some beautiful answer. The old lady is walking on the road, and somebody comes and hits her, and she falls on the ground. And then the worst part was that not only she was hit by some youth people, and they took her money away, that all the people standing there did not do anything. So that's very sad. Why nobody helped her? So he said, yes, correct. Then the one devotee is playing the role of atheist. So then he asked Shivaram Swami, then tell me, well, God knows everything? Yeah, God knows everything. So what kind of God is he? He was silent, he didn't do anything. So the same answer he gave. Now, if you look only that moment, yes, you cannot understand. But if you take a larger perspective, because nothing lamentable can happen in God's kingdom. Correct? If something lamentable is happening in God's kingdom, then there is no God. Correct? What is he doing? What is he managing? So if you go a little, expand her life, and suppose in where he was a teacher, and she had nicely beaten up some students, and it got unpunished. That karma was hanging. So she just got that karma back. Correct? So if you look at a larger perspective, like Preeti is saying, if you play the full reel, then we are able to see where the mistake. Correct? Yes.
Actually, Prabhu, this morning I was hearing Prabhupada's class.
Yeah.
In Nectar of Devotion, November 2nd, 1972 in Vrindavan, he was saying that there are so many conceptions about God that, if there is in a society, if there is no need, if there is no morality, if there is no good thing happening, then there is no need for God. Prabhupada was saying, like, people have different conceptions based on the modes of nature, and this is one of the conceptions, but that is actually not correct. That is not complete, he said. Based on the mode of nature, people have different conception about the need for God in a society.
Okay.
And one conception he said was that if there is no morality, if there are bad things happening, there is no need for God, because God should be good, God should be moral.
Okay, I understand this point. So your point is that the based on the modes, because 3 modes are like the forces which operate on our consciousness, we get biased in a particular way, and we develop different idea what God should do. Just like many people have that Krishna should speak this in Bhagavad Gita. This is not fair. Before opening Bhagavad Gita, they already decided what Krishna should speak. Arey Baba, at least open your eyes and hear what Krishna is speaking. If you already know what is there in Gita, why you read Gita? That's why they don't read Gita. The very reason most of the people do not read Gita, because they already know what Krishna should speak. What Krishna should speak. They already know. And that's what all these serials and TV serials and cinemas on religious where they put words in the mouth of Krishna without even bothering to one line read what Krishna actually wanted to say in Gita. They put words in the mouth of Krishna, because if Krishna is God, their conception is he should be speaking this. If he is not speaking this, he is not God. Interesting. But actually, when we get to Bhagavad Gita, we understand. Prabhupada says, somebody, one philosopher came to Prabhupada and he said, What is Krishna conscious? Prabhupada said it's not easy to understand because of thoroughly spiritual movement. It is not easy to understand. For a person from a material, I remember when I was at my house, when I was working in Infosys, so I opened Matchless Gift Book. I was sitting in the house and Prabhupada started off. You read the first page, Prabhupada says, people are acting in this world as if they are haunted. What is this? What is this going on? They are gone mad because he is just totally rejecting anything in any modes of material nature. He wants pure Krishna consciousness. It's totally a spiritual movement. So, true, it has reason and logic that is there, but at the end of it, it is Krishna consciousness is spiritual. Okay. So anyway, trying to understand that people are situated in different vehicles based on their purva karma. We all are sitting in a different body today. Okay, our subtle body is shaped by our activities, and around the subtle body, a new gross body is put. We had developed some analogy like this, just like now Preeti can see a child is growing. So you have to put a different dress. The same dress will not fit. So we were just thinking, just like Keshava last time gave a beautiful argument, where did the Brahmanas curse? I was also thinking long time, I could not figure out. Because Niga was also just ordinary king. He was not a pure devotee at that moment. And these Brahmanas are also, Brahmanas. But he acted like a king. Why didn't they act like a Brahmana? Why did they curse? So the argument he gave very nice that the Brahmanas were actually serving the cows. They were attached. So because of that attachment, they got upset when the cows were taken away from the both Brahmanas. So that is another issue. The same way, we can actually try to understand that why is it we have death. So all I can understand is that we have body, just like now Anirudh, now and 2 years later, he cannot wear the same clothes. So we develop so many desires. This body is of no use. We need another body now. Understand? Our subtle body is changing. It requires a new dress. Just like a gross body is changing, it requires a new dress. The subtle body, the new dress has to be put because these desires require a different body to fulfill. So we keep cultivating desires in our heart, and we require a new body to fulfill them. So particular type of body to work according to his past desires. So basically desires is a subtle body, and a gross body instrument is put to facilitate those desires. The Prabhupada is saying it's not independent because you are not choosing the next body. It is granted to you based on your desires and also your karma. So one should not think himself independent of the Supreme Personality. You are not independent. We discussed this point. If your desire is to be an engineer, but your karma is bad, you will end up as caterpillar. If your karma is good, you may end as Vishwakarma or even Brahma. If your karma is good. So you're not independent. You cannot decide. That is decided by the higher authority. Just like in an office promotion, you don't decide. Our authorities decide. Yes, okay, you did well. The individual is always under his control. Now this we should always understand. That makes us a devotee. That we are always under the control. Keshava, how do we understand we are under control?
Prabhu?
How do we understand? Prabhupada is again and again repeating, not 3 times. Independent, not independent. See, independent and control.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
You can realize, have any realizations? How do we say we are under control of the Lord?
Hare Krishna. My net is very bad, Prabhu.
Okay. Preeti, any realization? We are not independent. Huh?
If we change the question, how do I say that I am independent? If I change the question and analyze in a different way,
Yeah.
how do I say that I am independent? So what is the limit of my independence? Actually, the definition of if I change the question and I think about it, like I thought about
in
it.
America, you have no Statue of Liberty. Kajal Mataji, you know where all they are. Keshava, you might have met him. He is in Kerala. Manoj, he is in England now. He is an engineer. Preeti Mataji is a doctor. She is in America, and I am in Mangalore. You know everybody. Yeah, continue, Preeti. Yeah.
So if I change the definition, then actually I am independent. So Prabhu, I don't know if this is the correct realization, but the very definition of independence changes then, because the definition of independence comes under the control. I am independent to drive
Huh.
in the left lane. I am independent
Yeah.
to
So
practice in Massachusetts. I am independent to sit in this. So my independent definition changes. But if I look at Krishna, like his independence, he's Anuyur, Aniyam, and Mahato Mahiyan. He's like smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. But I'm somewhere in the middle, so actually I'm not independent according to that.
yeah, it's Swarat. That is the word used in Bhagavatam. The Lord is totally independent. Totally independent. Satya Sankalpa, whatever he wishes, he happens. And we are so much dependent, the laws of nature, there's a million ways we are constrained. We're trying to break the limitations of the situation we are in. But actually it is true. We are limited in the situation, limited in the body.
Yes.
Huh, Keshava?
We are seated in the slower car and
Huh?
desiring for the faster car. Desiring to go like faster car. Like it is said here, bro.
Huh?
Person seated in the high-speed motor car goes faster,
Huh?
and then one seated in the slower car. We are seated in the slower car and we want to go like the fast car. There's no independence.
So there is no, we're just desiring, but we are sitting on the car and we are stuck up. Yes. So this is, keep meditating. This is an instruction again and again. Prabhupada does not repeat something 3 times if it is not for a benefit. Is not independent. We should not think yourself independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Never think you are independent. Is always under his control. Therefore, his duty is to surrender. Correct? He can be just an instrument, actually. He can be just an instrument. He knows he doesn't do anything. He is just a nimitta matra. He is just an instrument in the hand of the Lord. But you should get this realization. Just an instrument. That is very advanced realization. Pure devotees have that realization that I am just an instrument and the will of Krishna is proceeding through me, correct? And Krishna is using me in his vision. Therefore, Prabhupada, when landing in America, says, no, my Lord, why did you bring me here? He says, why did you bring me here? He says that in the prayer, correct? My Lord, why did you bring me here? You must have something. Now use me as you want. He offers himself, my Lord, you brought me here. Now I'm in your hand. Now use me as an instrument. Make me dance, he says. I'm surrendered to you. Therefore, duty is to surrender. Make me dance as the way you want to make me dance. And I'm actually insignificant. I have nothing capacity to do anything. And then actually it is so nice at that moment that Krishna feels free. But if there is ahankara, that activities are happening, we think I am the doer. The doership is there, that Krishna feels hesitant because that will destroy you. Sometimes even in doing devotion service, we want to do big devotion service. But then so-called big devotion service, giving a big ahankara, the Krishna is hesitant to allow that to go through you, because then you may fall down in the pride and you come to some comfort. Okay, I am doing so much service. You don't realize that actually I'm just being an instrument and I'm getting purified by getting an opportunity to become an instrument in the hand of Krishna, to spread Krishna consciousness. But then Krishna can nicely, happily use us. Oh, Sayana Bharata, this is another famous shloka. Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsasi shashvatam. Oh, Sayana Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace you will attain transcendental peace and supreme and eternal abode. Yes, Manoj, we like to read. Manoj, what happened? When is your wife's delivery?
It is end of January, Prabhuji. So anytime now.
Anytime now. Anything you can ask Manjula Mataji. She is a gynecologist.
Okay.
Chalo. Continue.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A living entity should therefore surrender into the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart, and that will relieve him from all kinds of miseries of this material existence. By such surrender, one will not only be released from all the miseries in this life, but at the end, he will reach the Supreme God. The transcendental world is described in the Vedic literature as Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. Since all the creation is the kingdom of God, everything material is actually spiritual, but Paramam Padam specifically refers to the eternal abode, which is called the spiritual sky or Vaikuntha. In the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi the Supreme, the Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So this recommendation that one should surrender unto the Super Soul sitting within means that one should surrender into the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Krishna has already been accepted by Arjuna as the Supreme. He was accepted in the 10th chapter as Param Brahma Param Dhama. Arjuna has accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Supreme Abode of all living entities, not only because of his personal experience, but also because of the evidences of great authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa.
Yeah. Om Tat Vishnu. Rick. Vishnu Paramabhatam Sudashanti Suryaha. So utterly surrender to the Paramatma within the heart. And here it is said, next para, there is no difference in Krishna and the Paramatma. Krishna says, I am the seated in everybody's heart. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishta. Krishna declares in the 15th chapter, I am that Paramatma. And 13th chapter also he says, Kshetranam Chapi Mahamvidhi Sarva Kshetri Bharasha. I am there in everybody's heart. That he has said many times, 4 or 5 times he located. So Krishna says, I am in the heart. So when he says you surrender to the Paramatma, basically he is saying you surrender to me. Now the point is that how do we surrender to the Paramatma? Or how do we surrender to Krishna? Surrender unto him utterly. Actually, interesting thing is the Paramatma is nearest to us and 24 hours with us. There is any other person is not near to you, he is further than Paramatma. And he is not available all the time. Correct, Preeti?
Yes,
I cannot talk to you all the time. Sometimes we can get you once a week online. Correct? And but Paramatma is there with you 24 hours. And even if you are next to each other, I'm not aware what you are thinking. I can only see outside activities. But Paramatma also knows what are you thinking. And then Paramatma, as Keshava said, he knows all your past. He knows what Preeti was telling the reel. He knows million words what all you have been thinking. But we know very little of each other. So there is nobody nearer to us than Paramatma, and he is there with us 24 hours. And he knows us closest. And even though this point I was developing in the class in the last 2 Sundays, that actually he does so much for us. Paramatma gives us million things. The body has gifted us. He has gifted us all the memories that we have. He has gifted us all the facilities for our maintenance. Correct? He has given a trillion things. But we have no gratitude. We don't even recognize he exists. And on top of it, if we give the smallest of thing, like we utter his name, Krishna or Paramatma, he's so happy. Like Sudama gave the smallest, million thing Krishna gives, and we just discard it away. You give smallest thing back to Krishna, like a tulsi leaf, and Krishna takes it so huge. How can there be somebody like Krishna? Therefore, Prabhupada says sometime, Krishna is fit to be the master. Actually, he is the master that we need. Okay, Keshava, Preeti, Manoj, Kajal, discuss this now, this purport, anything. When you're selling books, we can tell the Paramatma in the heart of the other person. My Lord, you are there. I know you are there. I know you are there. Please inspire a little.
Yeah.
Prabhupada gives a very nice example of a man goes with a dog, and a dog is passing stool and urine, and the master is waiting. So similarly, our activities of sense gratification and our so many crazy desires for sense enjoyment are like stool and urine. Lord is waiting. You have done with it, just like a master asks a dog, Are you done with it? We can go. No. I'm passing stool and urine like a diarrhea patient continuously. I'm not. Yeah, I finished it. Can we proceed? No. I want to still pass urine and stool. We keep waiting. The Paramatma in that way is waiting. He's waiting to take us back to Godhead. But somehow we are not interested. Yes, Keshava.
Prabhu, I don't know whether you can hear me, but all your voices are broken. I mean, I'm hearing.
Preeti, my voice was clear or broken?
It's clear, Prabhu. Clear.
Manoj?
Sorry, my net must be very weak.
Clear,
Manoj,
Prabhuji,
is
I
it
think.
clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is clear.
Kajal Mataji, is it
I can hear
clear?
your voice clearly.
Yes, it's clear.
Huh?
Yes, it's clear.
You're asking all of them as if I am at fault.
So what can be done? Communist government. Nothing works there.
I'll listen, Prabhu. I mean,
Keshav, we are able to hear you clearly. Yeah.
yes, I'll listen. Priti Mataji was saying something.
Okay, Preeti, you say. No problem.
No. I was just saying, Prabhu, over here, Prabhupada is written by such surrender, one will not only be released from all miseries in this life, but at the end he will reach the Supreme God. Prabhupada was saying in the lecture I heard yesterday, from Nectar Devotion only, that by chanting Hare Krishna with offenses, one becomes free of miseries or becomes miserable. But when one
Wait. You are throwing some bomb, huh? When you're chanting Hare Krishna with offenses, what happens?
one either becomes free of miseries or becomes miserable, like, but when we reach Namabha stage, we are liberated.
Correct.
And Shuddha Nam is the stage that takes us to the transcendental world.
Yes.
Actually, this is a very good point, I thought, because one of the seventh offense is to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. But Prabhupada said that if we make the offense, we can either become free of miseries or become miserable. I think he is trying to say that the duality will exist if the offenses are present.
Yeah. Sometimes you are chanting and it is offensive, so but there is no other way to keep chanting. But if the Krishna pardons you, because holy name is a person finally, it's not like a machine. If he pardons you, you become free from miseries. But it does not pardon you, then you become miserable. Okay. But Namabhasa stage is very nice. Namabhasa stage, you are liberated. There are 3 stages. Kajal, when you chant Hare Krishna, the first stage is when all of us are chanting. That's sort of offensive chanting. So when you're chanting, our mind is distracted. We are thinking of so many things. This chanting is not good chanting, but it is still, we should not stop it, because this will only take to the next stage of chanting. That is called Namabhasa stage. At a Namabhasa stage, when we are chanting, the chanting is becoming purer now. And it's a clearing stage. At this stage, the offenses have stopped. But still, it's one more stage where all the sinful activities, sinful desires are destroyed. And then what happens? We reach to, we can take, the 9 stages are there in Krishna consciousness. Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, you can take somewhere in the middle, the Namabhasa will come. And then Shuddha Nam, the last stage where the love of Krishna opens in the heart. So you can say Namabhasa can be chanting in Sataguna, nishtha. We're very attentively chanting, mind is fresh, mind is clear now. But still Shuddha Nam is different. At Shuddha Nam, we are chanting out of love of Krishna. There is no effort to chant. Raganuga Bhakti, there is no effort. Sadhana Bhakti, there is an effort. So there is, love of Krishna is slowly opening up in the heart. And Shuddha Nam gives you the Krishna's lotus feet in the spiritual world. And we are still in Nama Prada stage. Preeti, we have so much to go. Therefore, it is very important that whenever we get opportunity for Krishna consciousness, we do very nicely and hold on. There is one devotee. I don't know whether you have seen. He is an American devotee. There is a the video has come up now recently. Joy of Devotion. He is the one who gives keeps coordinating all the one by one videos that come in it. He's a joker devotee. In West Virginia, they call him every year. He comes to give a comedy show. So he talks about one very, very nice, very touching comedy. I wish I can get you that. He says that a devotee is chanting. He compares it to like the desires fighting in the mind. And he says he's now scared of the approaching Nirjala Ekadashi. And but chanting is going on. Chanting is going on. But oh my God, the sex desire, it will not go away. It will not go away. But chanting is going on. It's like that. And he keeps building it up. Then he says, here comes Prabhupada mercy. Here comes Prabhupada. You heard that, Preeti?
No, I think I've heard it
Yes.
before. but
So
not-
beautiful it is. So, I said, now comes Keshav. Have you heard it?
Yes, Prabhu, I've heard it.
You have seen that video?
Yeah, long back. Yes,
Amazing, amazing. He does it so nicely. And he says, here come Prabhupada mercy, here come Prabhupada mercy. And it brings with it Krishna Prema. And Krishna Prema in the lead. Krishna Prema in the lead, That becomes in the forefront of the consciousness. So actually, when we are doing Krishna consciousness, we are not independent. So we give our best and we pray for the mercy of the Lord. But somehow, because what we do is on material plane, Preeti. Correct? We have matter only. Our body is matter, everything is matter. Through the matter, the soul is exhibiting devotion to Krishna. Through the total material consciousness in the beginning. But Krishna somehow becomes pleased with the effort, and Prabhupada becomes pleased, and the mercy starts flowing. And then we become situated in the happiness of Krishna consciousness. Today I was reading a purport of the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada says devotee has happiness in his possession. The greatest thing to possess is not money. It's happiness. Because he is so sincere in service to Krishna. Happiness is in his pocket. How much he can have, as much as he wants. You saw that Mataji, the chanting machines, how much they're happy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They come and every day, whenever they come and meet me, they make me happy and they go away. Prabhu, Krishna consciousness is so nice. It's so nice. And then Mataji is feeling sad. Today they were so miserable, only 60 rounds.
Yeah. Actually, if you chant little more, you can know that,
Huh?
we don't have, no, Prabhu, I'm just saying, when people say, so in my office, like I told you, Prabhu, some of the nurses are chanting. So when I ask them that, they say, oh, how do you chant 16 rounds? And that too before coming to work. Well, because slowly, if you chant, you can know that where the time is not needed. You can not go to the market every day. You can not watch the TV every. You will know where the time is.
Yeah,
You pick
just
that
like
time
it has
of-
already been considered, no? Just like Krishna gave order to Arjuna, everything has been considered. So proper chant 16 already has considered everything that we have. Correct? That's very nice. There are so many ways actually time can be. This Mataji, Rashmi Mataji, she told office I'll work on 4 hours. She still has a job. She still gets very well paid and all the time. Anyway.
She's able to finish her 8-hour job in 4 hours. That's
she
what
works.
it must be.
Yeah. Anyway, every devotee has some quality to get in.
When we reach,
Yeah, Kesh.
Prabhu, is it like when we reach from this Namaparad stage to like Namabha stage or whichever stage, it's the next stage, I mean, without doing, is it like it's a success, or it is because of the mercy of the?
Yeah, the God helps those who help themselves. No effort is there. But Navabhata stage means offenses are happening, and I can take it to chanting if I am allowed to just analyze, because I am putting it to the 9 stages with Shraddha Sadhu Sangha. It is the stage where Rajoguna Tamoguna has vanished. The Navabhasa stage, the chanting is happening very attentively with Satoguna, Hare Krishna, with full attention. And Namaprada stage, mind is blown here and there, and thousands of offenses are happening uncontrolled. Correct? But he's still putting an effort to chant. But that is how, when somebody starts chanting, they told Prabhupada, this man is chanting, it's a very big man. So Prabhupada started laughing. Now he's our man. So somebody starts chanting. That's how, somebody want to make a drunkard. You tell him, take a little sip, you become a drunkard. and he becomes a drunkard. And you know, they are very confident. Oh, he's drinking every day, little. Very soon he'll become one of us. Correct? The same way when somebody started chanting, even though in the beginning there is, it's definitely there are two ways. It's not by our own effort. Any other way, Keshav, you wanted to analyze?
I missed half of the things what you said.
No. It's that effort. You said half.
Yes, bro.
One side is our effort, definitely. But if Krishna doesn't accept the chanting, then we can chant for millions of years. It's like we offer bhoga to Krishna. But Krishna is not whimsical. But he is an independent personality. He may not accept. Therefore, they will pray. You know, Prabhupada said, will chant like a child crying for the protection of the mother. It is just not like sugarcane juice. You are Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, ho gaya. You know, I'll be happy now. Happiness is enough for this. No. True, but one side Krishna is not whimsical. He doesn't act in a funny ways. One side he is very merciful. Prabhupada says, when devotee is sincere, he always gets the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Because by nature they are very merciful to any somebody trying to serve. Other side, we should always remember that Krishna is an independent Swarat personality. He may not accept for whatever reasons. Then in Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many times it comes. Just like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I want to go for South Indian too. They say, we know you are the supreme independent personality of God. You can decide what you want to do. But you have only one request: don't go now. That Prabhupada also says, when he was not well, he said, you pray to Narasimha Deva, my dear Lord, if you so desire. He says, please use this word. If you so desire, let our master remain in this word. He has not finished his word. Yeah. But Prabhupada told them to put the word, if you so desire. So at the same time, we are chanting, but we are just praying to Krishna, please don't reject me. That's the only thing we are scared of. Correct? Krishna neglects us, rejects, but then our spiritual life is finished. I'm fine. Please keep some merciful glance so that tomorrow very soon I can offer you, gather myself up and offer a beautiful service to you, which will be of your pleasure. Today, in the situation I am in today, which I'm only able to offer you, just like I'm offering you burnt chapatis, Krishna. I just figure out, take help from some devotees, and very soon offer you a nice chapati. But today I'm unable to offer you anything better than a burnt chapati, but still beg you to accept it. So I'm offering you, Krishna, this horrible devotional service. Being thrown up by the three modes, but I wish to offer you nice, and I want to offer you, but at least today, whatever I offer to you, accept. Preeti, want to add?
Yes. Hey, Manoj Prabhu.
Manoj is silent, Prabhu.
I'm listening.
He has a lot of realizations, but we are not up to his level now. So he's keeping silent on his week.
No, bro. All apradhas I'm doing while chanting. So yeah, I accept. I don't have that level of realization at this point. Prabhuji, lagging behind.
Surrender unto him utterly. His statement is there, Manoj. Surrender unto him utterly. Okay. So anyway, that's by nature you are humble. So but surrender unto him utterly means we have to go forward, and at least what we can offer to Krishna is that every day we plan the chanting will be done very, very attentively, and the 10 offenses. Therefore, every day we chant before we do the japa. You can just browse them because it's a sadhana. That example I told you, somebody was always being angry. Somebody asked him, why you are angry? I'm a neophyte now. I'll be angry only. When I become advanced devotee, I'll not be angry. No. It's a sadhana now to stop your anger. Vacho vegam, krodho vegam. It's a sadhana now. But pure devotee definitely doesn't become angry unless you interrupt his devotional service. You'll always be angry. For us, it is a sadhana to control our vacha, our talking, our mind, attachment, our anger, like that. We're saying Arjuna accept Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only because of his personal experience, but because of the evidence the great authorities like Narada, Asita, you told that example, Preeti, you told that example. Somebody asked you, Prabhupada asked why you're chanting, he said that, oh, because authorities, Prabhupada said, no, also because of your experience, correct? As we are practicing Krishna consciousness, the jewels of sometimes, Krishna has showered mercy. And those days when you remember, it gives you so much inspiration to continue Krishna consciousness. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Manoj, Keshava, Kachal, anything to end? We proceed?
Yes, Prabhu.
इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्यात् गुह्यतरं मया विंशेतत् अशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. That I have explained to you the most confidential of all knowledge. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do. Yes, Keshava, you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. The Lord has already explained to Arjuna the knowledge of Brahma Bhuta. One who is in the Brahma Bhuta condition is joyful. He never laments, nor does he desire anything. That is due to confidential knowledge. Krishna also discloses knowledge of the Super Soul. This is also Brahman knowledge of Brahman, but it is superior. Here Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that he can do as he chooses. God does not interfere with the little independence of the living entity. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord has explained in all respects how one can elevate his living condition. The best advice imparted to Arjuna is to surrender unto the Super Soul seated within his heart. Discrimination, one should agree to act according to the order of the Super Soul. That will help one become situated constantly in Krishna consciousness, the highest perfectional stage of human life. Arjuna is being directly ordered by the personality of Godhead to fight. Surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best interest of the living entities. Surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is in the best interest of the living entities. It is not for the interest of the Supreme. Before surrendering, one is free to deliberate on this subject as far as the intelligence goes. That is the best way to accept the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such instruction comes also through the spiritual master, the bona fide representative of Krishna.
Manoj, one more time you came in. Two Manoj are there now. Oh, Manoj has gone out now. But he has learned how to do it. No? Many people ask me invitation, I send, and they don't know how to do it again. Again, send me invitation. There's no need to send. Once you get invitation, you can just click on that and you go in anytime. Okay? So there are very various points there. Just looking at the second paragraph, I'm reading again. Each line, when we read together, we read it so nicely. Hana Keshava?
That is the little independence Priti Mataji was talking about.
What is that?
That is the little independence that Priti Mataji was talking about.
Which was it? Little.
God does not interfere with the little independence of the living entities. You highlighted now, Prabhu. God does not interfere with the little independence of the living entities.
Yeah.
That was the independence that Priti Mataji was talking about, driving on the left and all that. Small independences.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
So now, anyway, so let me do my part, small part. Okay, so there's a confidential, most confidential. There are three subjects in Bhagavad Gita. Confidential, more confidential, most confidential. Confidential is that we are not body, we are spirit, soul. Which this knowledge is very confidential, like we see even the scientists are breaking their head to this day. The limit they know, there is maximum they know, that also they have a doubt that there is something called consciousness, which is independent of the body. If they are not able to say it boldly, just suggestions are there here and there. But Gita declares right in the beginning, we are not the body or spirit. So that's very confidential. Confidential means something is not known to public. Okay? But Gita reveals it. The second thing Gita reveals is that the Paramatma spirit in the heart of everybody, that is Guhya Tara. And then Guhya Tamam, the most confidential is the Lord, having its sweet pastimes in Vaikuntha. There are three confidential parts of Bhagavad Gita. One is I am not the body, I am soul. Second is the Paramatma in everybody's heart. And third is the Lord having sweet pastimes in Vaikuntha. Okay? And this is done. I don't know, Kajal Mataji remembers. She was there one Sunday. I took a class on this. You remember? Hare Krishna Mataji. So Lord does not interfere with the little independence of the living entity. How one can elevate, Bhagavad Gita explains. Okay, and then Prabhupada says something, Prabhupada says by right discrimination, we should agree to act according to the order, and that will make us advance the highest perfection. And Krishna is there ordering Arjuna to fight and to surrender. Prabhupada says in the best interest of the living entity, very, very important. The best interest of the living entity is to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada is saying it is not for the interest of the Supreme. He is not benefiting in any way when you surrender. Correct? Before surrendering, there is nothing wrong. If you inquire, see each line is so nice. Correct?
Yeah.
Inquire, there is nothing wrong. You can inquire, you can clarify. Krishna is saying Arjuna fight. There's nothing wrong for Arjuna to understand. But the thing the Prabhupada is saying, as far as the intelligence goes, because there's a limit how much you can understand. As far as intelligence goes, there is nothing wrong to understand. One is free to deliberate on something. But that is the best way to accept the instruction of the personality of God. Such instruction comes with the spiritual master. You can understand. Okay. Yeah, now start discussing. It's not that Krishna is benefiting when you are surrendering, it's for your benefit. Okay? It's the best interest of the living entity. Yeah.
Prabhu, maybe I'll plot the question on the people, like right before that we have little independence and Krishna does not interfere with that. I think that is the definition of the free will. But there are like some questions when you do book distribution and you try to talk about Krishna consciousness to others, then this comes up. In what parameter, what is the length and breadth of this free will? How much can I, and why should I use my free will to go to Krishna? That's very important. If Krishna has given me independence, that means I should be enjoying it rather than surrendering that independence also to Krishna.
I understand your point. Krishna has given a little independence. Let me. Yeah, Krishna has given you poison also. That is there. Why don't you eat that? That is the argument against it.
Krishna has given you what, Prabhu? Can you please?
Poison. Poison is there in this world. That is available. So why don't you drink?
Oh, because this is interesting. So, in America, there is a class of people. They are called vegans.
Huh.
Over here, people
they don't take milk. They don't take milk also. No, vegans.
Dairy products and milk.
Yeah.
And fish also. Vegetarian, they include seafood because seafood is not animal. I don't know what is the level of intelligence, but this is what it is.
Anyway.
So, when I went to Silicon Valley and we were distributing the books, there were like people marching there, top animal products. You know, the leather belt, the leather purses and all. They were like marching against that. One of them came up and said that we should not drink milk also. Because that is also kind of misusing the animal product. She was saying in that way, I get our way. In ISKCON also there is a group of devotees saying we should not do because ultimately this is promoting killing of the animal. There's something called ahimsa milk which they bring up.
Yeah.
So over there also I can see that there is a conflict of interest that Krishna has given me independence to drink this milk or not to drink this milk. So there is a guilt in the heart when I drink milk. So this goes very subtle. That's what I'm trying to say. That from a bigger question, why at all should I surrender? And once you start the surrendering process, there are so many things which come up, one after another, one after another.
Yeah, that is why we need a guru and we need shastra. Correct? That's the role of the guru, sadhu, and shastra to guide us so that we use our little independence properly. We always take an analogy, just like a dog is tied when he behaves irresponsibly. But when he starts behaving responsibly, his independence is increased, and then he's let go. So actually, the living entity has a little independence presently, but in the spiritual world, the independence keeps expanding. Like Narada, because he's fully dependent on the Lord, correct? He can do whatever he wants. Rather, the Lord becomes subservient to his desires. Correct? If he wishes something, very bad, that boy Chitraketu, the past time, he makes him awake. Hey, get up! Yes, so anything he can do. All the siddhis are with him. So if he can, move step by step. At present, the independence, because of the situation I'm in, because of modes I'm in, the independence may be very little. But that is because of my own doing. A Brahmana who is a Sattva-guna, not a birth Brahmana, a Sattva-guna person, his independence is definitely more than a Tamasic person. Tamasic person, what is it does? Correct? The Tamasic person, we know. Oh, wait a minute. So Tamasic person, we know his situation. That, what does he do? From where the sound is coming? Okay, maybe I just... A Tamasic person, he has to drink. He has to keep sleeping. So his independence is reduced. Therefore, when a Siddh Brahmana does is much more than a Shudra. Because Shudra had a very little independence. His independence is reduced because of his modes. But a Brahmana, his independence is increased because of his responsible behavior. He can just think to drink or not to drink. It is his full freedom. So sin is less. For an animal, when he does activity, because there is no independence, there is no sin. Even though little independence is there, but it is manifested differently. Animals, no independence. Therefore, there is no sin. For a Shudra, or the lowest level of people in human society, again, not by birth, by our nature. And Kali Yuga, mostly we are Shudras. The sin is little. But as we go higher and higher, higher and higher, and we come to the Brahminical position, our freedom increases. Correct? Because of our purification, the freedom increases. And then when your Prabhupada says, therefore, many times Prabhupada says, the devotees, my disciples are falling down because they're deliberately doing sinful activity. Why does he use the word deliberately doing? Because he actually gave them freedom from because of his blessing. He gave the freedom that you can do devotional service. But they use the freedom instead of doing devotional service. They used it to deliberately disobey the Acharya and do sinful activity. Correct? When you presently you take the position we are in, we were in a condition where it was even difficult to do devotional service. Therefore, sometimes you're not merciful. When a new person comes in, actually it is very difficult for him to pick up devotional service because he's under the huge ocean of Tamoguna, Rajoguna. It's very difficult for him. And therefore, the devotees could see Prabhupada, he had the mercy, He was very encouraging, and he was seeing their difficult condition, and he was, encouraging them to come forward. And as they came forward to offer devotional service, by the power of devotional service and the blessing of the Acharya, they became purified. But when he saw them going back to sinful activity, Prabhupada said, you deliberately done sinful activity because whatever little independence, it was much more in your hand. And there was no force of the modes for you. You deliberately do sinful activity. Keshava, Prabhupada has commented like this. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, Prabhu.
Fine. Because devotion service is done from the platform of liberation, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Actual devotion service. I'm just analyzing.
Yes. I think that's a very nice realization. Thank you, Prabhu. Because on the contrary, you will feel that actually surrendering to Krishna will take away independence, but actually it's the opposite. If you really surrender, your independence increases.
Yeah, and Krishna is in your pocket. Like Narada, Krishna is in his pocket. And Radharani Prabhupada says so many times, Krishna is in her pocket. She has captured Krishna. It's totally, and actually she's more free. When that Ambarish Maharaj and Kajal Mataji, we are not hearing her voice. Hare Krishna, I only made her mute. Now, when that Ambarish Maharaj Durvasa pastime, you know that?
Yes,
Ambarish
Prabhu.
Maharaj, finally he went to Durvasa Muni went to Narayana, and Narayana said very beautiful 4 lines. He says that 4 shlokas, very beautiful shlokas. He said that, what can I do? I am the property of my devotees. So he has to forgive you. I can't forgive. So he has to go back to Ambarish Maharaj and take his forgiveness. Okay, so Krishna becomes totally, even though does not interfere. But actually it is true. Independence is something gifted by Krishna. So we have to accept responsibility. That is another angle to look at it. Generally, people do not accept responsibility for the sinful activity, and they put it on Krishna. He forced me to do it. Some people tell me it is in my hormones. What can I do? It's not like that. You're a human being. So we have little independence, and because of your hormone, independence might have been reduced, but you have it. You have independence. And if you are in Satoguna, definitely you become free from the effect of so-called hormones. They may be there, just like an itching sensation, but you don't submit yourself to it. So you have independence. You accept you accept responsibility, even though independence may be little, but you misused it, and we accept the responsibility for that, and be ready to be corrected by Krishna. We don't blame Krishna for our mistake. And Prabhupada says Krishna gives something, he doesn't take it away. Normal people there, but Krishna gives and he doesn't take it away. So Krishna has given us independence, he will not take it away. He's very kind. Yes, Manoj,
Thank you,
some
Prabhu.
realization.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I mean, at this point of time, through reasoning, I think it's difficult to reach the correct conclusion on any point. What we should do is connect everything to Krishna and try to evaluate from that angle, is it acceptable to the Lord or not? And that will help us to take us the right path.
You said correctly. It says, no, by the right discrimination. See, it says by the right discrimination, one should agree to act according to the order of the Supreme Lord. Correct? We cannot understand by logic, but using right discrimination. Also, we take help of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, and we agree to act according to the order of the Super Soul. And that brings proper says, help us become situated constantly in Krishna consciousness. If you are always, if you're bright light, tamasoma, jyotirgama, then it's you're always happy. You have no fear. The biggest problem in the world is we are fearful. And the Prabhupada used to say, no, my disciples keep telling me by letter, they're so happy now they got hope in their life. Because we have bright light means we can see things very clearly. And you don't hit your leg here and there when there is a bright light. Similarly, when there is a darkness because of our lower modes, we keep doing sinful activity, that means we hit ourselves here and there. And we are so fearful, we don't know what is going to happen next. And that is the condition of most of the living entities. In darkness, they are hitting themselves here and there, and they are so fearful. Yeah. Yes, Preeti?
That was a very nice realization, Prabhu. I'm
Which one?
so thankful. So, actually, I was not able to answer the question because I'm like a Prakriti, the lowest level devotee that cannot argue anything. So I have asked this question many times, this interference with the living little independence. So
Yeah.
I should rather enjoy it. Why should I just give in that whatever I have little? Anyway, Krishna gave me little only. Like this
Hey,
kind of.
oh, you know this? My classmates, they always bug me with their post. I told you that biggest joke. The only one thing I got from them till now, correct.
Uh-huh.
It was that suppose somebody steals, I have suppose 86,400 rupees with me, okay? And somebody steals my 10 rupees with me, I throw the remaining money on his head. Will that be foolish? So similarly, they said that suppose 10 seconds somebody comes and insults me. It doesn't mean rest of the day I think about that. Oh my God, I said, you guys give only one statement which is any sense to me. Just all the rubbish goes on daily in their, WhatsApp group there. All rubbish. But this was one thing which was very nice. If somebody takes your 10 second away, 86,990 seconds, don't throw over that. You have that in different.
Oh my God.
You got it? We generally have a small event in the day which may be outside my control, and something happens. But what happened rest of the day? We keep thinking about it. No, that's okay. It just happened yesterday. I was in college. I told you, Preeti, that some Prabhupada has been so kind. I always been dreaming. When will be I take a class and hall will be full. Sometimes, the daydreaming I do. Thousands of students will be staring at me and I'm speaking. They're listening word by word. We, as a preacher, we desire that. If I can spread consciousness. True, we are not pure. There is a desire for, being honored and respected. But, Krishna has fulfilled it. 5 days a week I have to go. Yesterday, when I went for class, I had finished one class in one college. I landed at 5:50. And I saw students are running and going. Running and going. So what happened to you? No, sir, we want to sit in the front. The back knows we cannot hear everything. So my God, generally people keep reducing. Very nice. Sometimes Krishna gives you the opportunity. Yeah.
I started reading that book, but my nurse took it from me. It's a book about Yamuna Mataji and a life of an unalloyed devotee.
Oh, you told me your mother was reading that book. No, same.
Oh, she finished that book. That was last year. She
loved it.
Didn't. She loved it so much. Yes, she loved it. But I started reading, but that part one has a section of George Harrison, and my nurse took it from me. But I read. I don't know if we have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
She's very funny. She has written that book in a very fun manner. She describes her first encounter with Srila Prabhupada in New York when she came for Janki Mataji's marriage. It was decided that, next morning the marriage will happen. And Prabhupada asked that generally in India, girl family arranges everything for the welcome of the guests and the food. Very important. So he asked, so who all are coming from Janki's side? Mataji said, nobody, just me. And Prabhupada started saying, no, this is very unusual, very highly. But okay, this was decided. Next morning from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Prabhupada will, Yamuna Mataji was going to help Prabhupada to cook. In the evening, marriage will take place. She said the room was 13 feet by 16 feet, and it was like hot New York summer. No, it was like a steam engine, and there we were cooking. And Prabhupada asked me, can you make a medium hard flour dough? He took wheat flour. She went shopping. He gave her a list, and he said, go and bring all these items. So she went shopping, came back. She said, Prabhupada asked her, you got everything? She said, yes, but except hald. So it was like, it's written as H-U-L-D, hald. But it was supposed to be haldi. He said, oh, how will I cook without haldi? He took the name of a devotee. He said, he always finds everything right. So Yamuna Mataji said, I already started thinking that I'm not meeting the expectation of Swamiji. So, all right, we will cook. Then he took a big vessel. He put the wheat flour in it, and then he took butter and he cut the butter and put some salt. And he gave it to her, and he said, make me a medium hard dough. And Yamuna Mataji doesn't know how to make the dough. She said, what kind of a dough you want? Phyllo pastry dough. She tells American doughs. You want a dough for the pizza, you want a dough hard like pastry. what do you like, a bread? He said, you don't know how to make a dough. In India, 5-year-old girl can make a dough. Second time. Said, okay. And then he said, she writes that Prabhupada made a well in the middle of the pot with of the vessel where he had kept all that, and then he put water in the well and he made the dough. And then he showed her how to make balls. They were making aloo kachori. And after that, it was like she said, I was sweating. Like I was like cleaning my forehead, and Prabhupada said, no, when you cook for Krishna, you don't do like this. Go wash your hands. So she got washed her. And the Prabhupada had no mark of either the exhaustion or sweat on him. She said maybe she felt this is a superhuman being standing here. And then at 2 o'clock, she asked him if I can have a cigarette break. From 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, they cooked. No water, no food, nothing. And 2 o'clock, she says, I asked if I can go out to smoke. And he said, no, we have 4 regulative principles, and he tells her about it. Then she said, okay, can I have a glass of water? Said, okay, then go wash your hands. Then she again goes, drinks water, goes again, washes her hand. She said, we cooked till 5 o'clock, and this person, she describes him like this. He cooked for about 100 people, and then he conducted the wedding. Like 2 hours, he sat and chanted the Sanskrit mantras, got them married. After that, he gave serve prasadam with his own hands to everybody. She said, I was 25 years old and I was exhausted. And here this was a person more than 60 years old, and he was full of energy. And at the end, Prabhupada gave, she said, I was on the food was so spicy that when she took a bite, she said, I'm never going to eat this ever again. Because the food was burning my mouth. And then at the end, Prabhupada was standing with a lot of satisfaction on his face, and he was very happy. And he was asking devotees if they want anything. She said no. And then Prabhupada, she was on a macronutrient diet. I don't know what that is. Macro. So it's like no sugar. She said I was on that diet where you don't eat sugar. And Prabhupada called me and told me to extend my left hand in front and gave me gulab jamun. She describes it as a sugar overload cannon. It was going to go in my mouth. I was on a diet with no sugar. And she said this was the last time I was going to eat this. This was the last time I was going to come back. But then Kirtan started and she was absorbed. Like this is the encounter that she was saying that was the first time I met Prabhupada, and he kept on instructing me, not only teaching me how to cook, but also Vaishnava etiquettes, and kept on correcting me.
Yeah.
I just read this much so far.
Yes, Preeti. Okay.
Sorry, Prabhu.
No. Nothing. Everything is great. I have not sent my classes today for the TV. Okay, we break now, Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu.
No,
Prabhu,
we had
I
a
need
very,
the
very-
mind control class.
Okay. I already sent you. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, I saw it.
Yeah. You want me to discuss once with you? We can
Yes,
do that.
Prabhu. And the videos haven't come.
Okay, you call me up. I'll do it. Okay. I now have to give for the classes. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Preeti. It's always very, very inspiring to hear narration from you. Anna Manoj?
Yes, bro.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Yes,
Mataji.
Kajal Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kajal Mataji.
Thanks for joining. Shirni was there. Keshava, you are still there?
Yes, bro. I just cut off the video so that maybe I could improve the hearing. So,
Always good to hear Preeti narration. Yes.
yes, bro.
No.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna.